There's my Alice. She's a little bit disheveled because when I came out here, um, she was laying on the ground on her side. But on the plus side, she is full of worms now. She has earthworms and daddy long legs in there to protect her from uninvited guests. And this golden pothos that I thought was dead, it is not in fact dead. It is still alive and growing. And this one is luscious. And that, my Monstera, has a massive leaf there. They are so happy out here. And this one has a few new leaves. This is my constellation, Thai constellation Monstera. She has a couple of new leaves, which I'm happy to say. I put the old leaves down there for mulch. And my prayer plant is recovering, shockingly. I did not expect it to recover, but here it is, recovering. So thankful. It likes where it is. My plants that are here under the tree, and they don't get much sunlight, they love it here. Alice loves it here. She's grown several leaves since she came here in spite of her fall. I just set her on the ground now instead of on a table. I don't know why she fell, but the leg of the table got pressed down into the ground and the table went crooked. So I think maybe she just became too heavy because I just repotted her recently into the largest pot I could find. The largest whiskey barrel. Whiskey barrels are kind of my theme. I love whiskey barrels, especially for the larger plants. But I'm thrilled with how well they're growing under this shady spot. They love it here. All of them. My Monstera, pothos, Alice is a horsehead philodendron, and I have this little guy here. It's a alocasia, and it did badly. It was nearly dead. I nearly gave up hope. But it's doing so well in the pot with Alice, in spite of the fact it fell over. Thank God I caught it before it died. And put it back in there with Alice because that's its happy place. And that plant too, it's growing very well because it's in its happy place and loves to be with Alice. And Alice likes having company. So I'm thankful that I figured that out for Alice and those smaller plants. And I'm happy I have this shady place for these shade-loving specimens. And this ivy is finally producing a lot of new growth. It became, it nearly froze to death, but in our last freeze in the middle of March. And thankfully, she's recovering. I'm so thankful to see all the new leaves. And this little guy, I also thought I lost it. But here it is, thriving. It was nearly gone when I put it down here. But it's recovered and doing well. And this duckfoot ivy is so happy here too. It finally got bushy. And I think that the cold actually, even though it nearly killed them, most of them recovered better than before. So I'm very, very happy with that. I didn't mean to freeze them. It was one night of frost and that was it. A lot of my plants, they died down and then they bushed out better than ever after that. So here is this girl. I think I need to take cuttings off her. She's wild. She's bushy. She's probably nearly outgrown her pot by now. That white wizard, I thought it was dead, but it's growing back too. I'm thankful. And it seems like the new leaves are more pointy than the original leaves. The original leaves were more rounded. No, get down. Get down, Jerry. Get down. Naughty. Naughty. You can't. He wants to play. He wants to play. Look at you. Playful boy. Yeah, he just wants to be petted. He wants to get in front of my camera, so I put my attention on him. And this spider plant here was doing all right after the freeze. It didn't seem as harshly injured as some of them. Some of them were very offended, but he seems okay. And that one was nearly dead. I didn't know if it would survive or not, but thanks to this beautiful and lovely spot under the trees, he recovered, and he's doing great. And this little arrowhead plant is beautiful. The pink veins are showing. It was very pitiful looking when I brought them out at the end of winter. A lot of them didn't look their best, but after they nearly died, they all came back like, wow, what a refreshment, what a refreshing experience, and growing better than ever. I made a pot with 3 plants in it. It has a spider plant, and it has a little bit of arrowhead, and it has one of these pistachio vines in it. I want to try to sell those, because when I take babies off, I want to sell the babies if I can. It would be nice, a little pocket change for me. And I have a geranium here in this pot. This geranium, it's growing awesome. It was small when I got it, and I think the pot is a little bit large for it. I put it out here anyway in that pot. And here's another arrowhead plant. This one is just the plain green and white. That one has the pink veins. And this is my Baltic blue pothos. I love that. And my Swiss cheese has leaves. My Swiss cheese plant, it also has some weeds that need to come up, and I put the weeds down. They will become fertilizer. Look, it has 1, 2, 3 leaves and a little spike here. So I was worried, and I started looking on Facebook Marketplace for someone who might sell me a new Swiss cheese plant, and I kept waiting and saying, let me wait a little longer, let me wait a little longer. Good thing I waited, because here she is, coming back from the dead. Like a little skeleton creeping out. Back there's another one leaf. I wonder if that is that's not supposed to grow in here. Oh yes, it is. It is. It's part of the vine, so maybe it got chewed on or something. But whatever, I'm gonna leave it. I had so much foliage in here when I planted them in here that I needed these climbing poles. But then when they died back, I just left them here, kind of hoping that they would need it again, so that the vines would have something to climb on. And this is also a pot with 3 plants in it. It has this cute little thing. I think this is a Brazil philodendron, and I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure. I have a lot, and I don't know exactly the names of all of them anymore, because I have so many. And this spider plant, it has little tiny white flowers on the vine. I don't remember seeing that. And there's a vine with a lot of little white flowers. The spider plants are really doing great. I'm so shocked how well they're doing after the trauma of that freeze. But some of them seem like they're doing, like they liked the freeze. Because now they're growing back better than before. That girl was, it's a kalanchoe. I don't know if it'll ever bloom again. It had beautiful flowers when I got it. And now it seems to be just a green succulent, but I don't know if it'll ever bloom again, but it's looks shiny and happy, like shiny, happy people in that song. And this little fern is doing awesome down here. I finally cut back my ficus. I cut off the tall stems because I saw new growth at the bottom. And the tall stems were kind of crooked and wonky, so I'm thankful that it is growing back from the bottom, from the base. I don't remember the name of this plant, but it's doing better than ever. It was just a tiny little thing that kept trying to wimp out. It tried to wimp out so many times, but here it is. After the freeze, it decided to grow seriously. And this is my other arrowhead plant. I used to have more, and I want to replace some, but I wanted to see what these look like so I don't accidentally buy the same one again. I have never seen how, I didn't know how good that these grow if they're happy until I bought some. These are a couple years old. They've been with me a while, and they've always grown really well in the summer. But they grew back even more luscious than before. And this one too. I'm just freaking happy. And these are, I think, Thanksgiving or Christmas cactuses. Whichever they are. One of them bloomed a lot in my plant room last winter. I was so happy to see it. And there is I thought this one was completely dead, but it's not. It's growing. It has these beautiful variegated leaves, and I just love it. I hear that when they get plain leaves, you have to clip them off. Anything that's supposed to be variegated. If it gets a green leaf, you clip it off and don't let it continue growing. But I want to get back here with my scissors and do that right. It has a lot of beautiful variegations. And this one, also, it was just a little, it looked like it wanted to die. I forgot what it's called. But it's really awesome now. It's growing so much. It was just this little piece back here with maybe one shoot. And I thought that maybe it's not going to make it, but here it is making it. And this rabbit foot fern is doing awesome. I love rabbit foot ferns. Look at that. Those little rabbit feet. It's been in this pot for a long time. Sometimes I think maybe I should repot it. But then I'm not sure because it's doing so good. What if I move it and it gets angry with me? And this Boston fern is doing amazing. Really, really luscious. And I stopped watering this wax plant, and it is doing better than ever. Because for a long time it just kept going the wrong direction. It kept getting smaller and smaller. And then I decided I'm going to stop watering it. I think it's getting too much water. I turned it around right now so it can, balance it out. Some plants will turn towards the light if they're in a shady spot. So I turned it so it can get light from the other side now. And here is my beautiful peace lily. She had nearly died back completely, and there she is, thriving, blooming like crazy. I love these peace lily flowers. They're so cute. Something has chewed on the leaves. I'll be trimming the chewed up leaves. Probably birds. I don't know what that is. Does that look like a praying mantis? You know what a praying mantis's job is in the garden? I don't know. But I have never heard anything bad about a praying mantis. It's a baby. It's little and brown and it's a baby. So I'm letting it live. Okay, here, this plant has some potential mulch here. I'll pick these brown pieces off and put it in the pot, and they'll compost and become mulch. Become soil. And I thought I was nuts for doing that, but actually it's a real thing to do that, to put the old dead growth under the plants for mulch, and then they eventually turn into soil. And they feed the plant. The plant eats them back in, or absorbs the nutrients that were in those leaves. Look at this boy. He wants love. He's begging for love. My husband said that this plant, I'm thinking I need to fertilize it. He got cantaloupe from a place, I think Sam's Club, and he put the seeds out. Normally, vegetables that you buy from the grocery store, they don't usually do so well if you plant their seeds. They're not meant to. So anyway, we'll see how it does. It has a baby here and a baby over there. It would be nice if we got a bit of fruit out of it. But I think I'm going to fertilize it because maybe I can make it do well. I don't know if I can or not, but we'll see. I have some vines those are Love in a Puff vines. My mom gave me seeds to that some time ago. It gets these little white ouch. It gets these little white flowers on it. No, yeah. Those teeny tiny little white flowers. And then it turns into little Japanese lantern looking things. Here, maybe if I turn it down, it'll focus better. Okay. I don't know. My phone is weird. The camera changed. I got it downloaded. Now I don't really know how to fix it. An update is what they called it. I have some wild grapevines. I have no intention of trying to eat any wild grapes. Those are here for the birds. But these have itty bitty little flowers, and then they will make me some little green Japanese lantern looking things, and I like them. And when I throw the seeds back in the cement blocks, they will grow back like they never been cold. Okay, I need to cut this back. Also lay that down. It can become soil again. And that plant there, it was a tall rubber plant, and it was a little bit wonky. It leaned the wrong way, and the leaves on top were heavier than the leaves at the bottom, and I didn't really like the shape of it, and it froze, and I thought it was dead. Then I planted sweet potato vine in the container, and then I noticed that the rubber plant is growing back, and you see those dark leaves in between the lighter green ones? Those are new rubber plant leaves. Who knew? Who knew? And I have some potted hanging plants up here, doing well. And there's a pistachio one. This is the purple. And that girl is going all over the place. Technically, she's a prayer plant. I've never seen a prayer plant grow like that one. That is the largest prayer plant I've ever seen, and she's just green. She probably needs a bigger pot, and maybe I can take some cuttings. I think that is a sweet potato vine growing up, the prayer plant there. I tried to train the sweet potato vines to go up the trellis, and they've gone all the way up there. But one is this way. Maybe I should train it to go up too, because I don't really want her being a parasite on another plant. Here, honey, go up the trellis with your sisters. Okay. So I have a beautiful basil growing tall here. I forgot what kind. Cinnamon basil, that one. Yeah. Cinnamon basil. And this white geranium I want to repot because it's from Aldi, and there's a special way of handling the ones from Aldi. They come with a mesh wrapped really tight around their roots inside the pot, and I want to make sure that the mesh is gone so they have a fighting chance of flourishing. That's a little rosemary, and I'm told that rosemary needs to be moved inside for the winter, so I'm thinking of digging her up and potting her. Yes, I'm a crazy gardener. I have so many plans in my head. And that's an alocasia or a colocasia. It loves being outside. The first 2 years I had her, she was a bit leggy and she didn't look super happy, but now she is luscious, even after the freeze in the winter. I think she needs repotting because there's some yellowing leaves at the bottom. I think that her feet are getting squished. This is a pink geranium. Where did I get her? I think Walmart. And that is a snapdragon. It overwintered and it came back again. It got some frost, a little bit of frost damage, but it's still, it is, I mean, in March, it got a frost damage after it started growing back. But it's growing like crazy. It's happy. That there is a white yarrow. I have not seen it bloom yet. Maybe I should dig it up and move it to the back or somewhere. That right there is a little begonia, that little red plant, red and green. It also was nearly dead after that frost, even though I moved it inside. But there it is, getting bigger. Bigger than it was when I got it. So thankful. This is my stevia I bought yesterday. I repotted it so it can have a little bit more room to grow. That is a rubber plant that was dead, but now it's not dead. It's coming back to life. It's a variegated one. It's variegated in a different way than it was when I first got it. At first it was just speckled leaves, and now it has different variegation than it did before. So whatever it is, it's still pretty. This Mandevilla, I'm waiting for it to decide to bloom. I had it last year. It bloomed very well. Now it's summer again. It's its second summer, and it's all green and no flowers. I gave it some more flower boosting fertilizer, hoping that it will decide to bloom. There's a succulent down there I need to dig out and pot it. There are some pieces of kalanchoe that broke off, so I stuck them in there. And that little guy over there, it's a heart succulent, heart shape, and it's getting babies. You know, I found out that putting smaller pots in with bigger pots benefits both. It benefits the big plant and the little plant. They like to grow as with buddies. And that down there has a little creeping Jenny in it. It's doing all right. There's a little over there, nearly under the plant, and there's a bit on this side. I hope it does well. There is my Norfolk Island pine. He also needs a bigger pot. His toes are getting squished, and how I know is that browning branch down there under at the bottom. Also, I think I need to take that purple vine out of the pot. I think it might be compromising my Norfolk Island pine's nutrition. There I have a giant elephant ear in a pot. There are several bulbs in there, and there's a caladium in it with it. This is turmeric in this pot, and it has some thyme down there in the container. This right here is a what is it called again? Amarilla. It only gets planted out for the summer, and then it gets dug up and placed into dormancy for the winter until about February or January. Over there in the ground, there is a spider plant growing in the ground. I have no idea how it got here. I didn't have any spider plants sitting here in this spot this year. I did last year. And if that spider plant was able to grow back from last year, that is a very strong spider plant down there. That little rubber plant back there is growing big, and that alocasia or colocasia has gotten bigger than ever. It has black veins and black stems. And that rose bush is throwing out more blooms. She's been blooming she's been blooming since the beginning of April at least, and she's still blooming. She's a peppermint rose. I didn't know, I thought she was supposed to stay in a container, but she kept dying back and acting really unhappy, so I decided I'm going to plant her outside. And she's grown 4 times the size, or even more, maybe 8 times the size, because she was small and unhappy. Now she's thriving. And that rubber plant also, it had lost every single leaf. And it was just a stem after the frost, and look at it. It's bushier than ever. It used to be just one stem with leaves. Now it has so many stems with leaves on it. I'm really excited about it. I didn't intentionally freeze my plants, but some of them really seem like they benefited from the freeze. And these are strawberries I planted this year. I don't know if I'm going to leave them here or dig them up and put them in a container, or what I'm going to do. For now, they're here till I decide. That is a mugwort. You can make tea and it'll help you sleep. That is a white bird of paradise, and it needs a bigger pot. I need to repot a lot of these things back here. That is my giant colocasia, the one that's been blooming all this time. I never saw one bloom before in my life. But let me show you. She's still blooming. She was loaded with blooms earlier. But look, she still has a bloom here. It's a fixing to open, and another one here. And she has a few that are done. I'll pick the ones off that are done and lay them down there. They can become more dirt for first they'll feed her and then they'll turn to dirt. I'm so happy. She was so pitiful looking. I thought I killed her too, but she had all the stems had no leaves on them. She looked so sad. I named her Athena, but she looked so sad. She was all her stems were drooping and the leaves were wilted, and I cut the leaves off, and the stems are very fleshy, so first I cut the leaves off and just left the stems so that it can eat back what was in the stems. So gradually, as the stems browned, I trimmed them off and put them there so they can, at the bottom, so they can mulch, and then eventually they will turn into soil again. What are you doing? And I'm happy that her tall giant leaves are coming out again. That made me so sad. And she has a baby beside her. For a while, I thought the baby was going to get bigger than her because she's putting so much energy into blooming. And the baby was only growing leaves. But I want to separate them. What are you doing, Jerry? I'm giggling because he's acting silly. He's on my lap and he wants me to pet him. Okay, and I don't quite understand this alocasia here. It has black stems. It doesn't seem to be very 100% happy. Maybe it needs fertilizer or something. But it has new growth, so I'm sure it's not dead yet. But it grows out. It has variegated leaves. It's uncurling, but the inside is pale yellow. The middle will be pale yellow, and the outer sides will be dark green. And at first, I thought it was something wrong with it, but now I think it's supposed to be like that. The leaves were all like that when I bought it, and I thought, well, I don't know why I took a chance, even though I thought it wasn't right. But I think it is right. I just need to feed it and find out where it wants to sit. It might not like where it's located. It might want to move somewhere else. Because a lot of times plants do want to. They have personalities. They let you know if they don't feel happy where they are. And this little spider plant here also it had on this long stem, it was covered with little teeny white flowers. There's still one there. Most of them are gone already, but I was so fascinated because I've seen spider plants get babies before, but I don't remember seeing them with white flowers on before. I wonder if it's that fertilizer I was giving them. It was fertilizer that's meant to help vegetable plants put out a lot of blooms and make a lot of fruit. So after that big freeze, I've fertilized everything with that particular fertilizer. And I wonder if that's why this girl is blooming like crazy all summer. And maybe why the spider plant is blooming. Good times. Very good times. And that little pistachio girl, her hair cascades everywhere. And the purple, I don't know what its scientific name is. I call it Moses in a boat. And I love it. It's so pretty. Yeah. Jerry. He wants to take a nap. He's trying to find his comfy spot. Yeah. I think he likes it when I take his picture. Those containers are full of rainwater for the moment when these girls and boys get thirsty. That stackable container has some plants in it. The top one is a pilea, or a Chinese money plant, and it has a succulent in there with it, and some baby Egyptian walking onions. And the curly spider plant down there doing well. And peppermint all over the garden over there. I love to have mint everywhere. When I walk, it smells like my grandmother's garden. I go back in time. Oh yeah, I have this other little vine in here. And over there, it's growing a lot this summer. And those green and white plants down there, right there, and the green and white plants right there, they're awesome. And then these little teeny purple flowers are so good and cute. And this little guy or girl, she's so adorable. So cute. Yummy. Okay, I need to check this. I think I'm going to put the Egyptian onion down there. I think it had way too much water. I noticed that it seems like it doesn't like that much water. And this girl, she's got a lot of babies for as small as she is. Look, so many little babies. It looks like a type of aloe, I think. Yeah. So the Egyptian onion doesn't need a lot of liquid. It prefers to be a bit dry. I think that pilea is getting babies down there. It looks like it. Wow. Okay. And there are some babies in here. There's one here and one here. I don't think they want a whole lot of water either. And the pilea also, it seems to be happy with a little scanty amount of water. This is the peppermint I spoke of earlier. I could grab some now and make some tea. And I have this beautiful Linda Dawn angel wing begonia. I think she likes the shade of the mint. She looks happy there. And that container has a few bits of kalanchoe in. I also planted a ginger root. I don't know if it'll grow or not, but it's in there. And this polka dot has come back to life better than ever, even though she threatened she was gonna die. She was being so dramatic after that frost. And that is a curry plant right there. I bought from an Indian lady. She had a lot of curry. And I repotted it just 2 days ago, and she's so happy. Before, I wasn't sure. She wasn't showing any signs of growth, but now she is. This is a moringa plant I just bought yesterday from a lady out in the country in Tennessee. No, this is not what I bought yesterday. I bought this from a girl over the weekend. See, I'm getting confused. I buy so many plants, I don't remember where I got them anymore. I got her over the weekend from a girl I met at Walmart in the parking lot. We met on Facebook Marketplace and agreed to meet at Walmart. And I have some more thyme growing in that basket, in that container. And there's a strawberry begonia back there behind her. It's doing well. It looks like it needed a little shade, and it's doing awesome down there. And this happy begonia angel wing begonia is doing amazing with that inch plant under it. My mom gave me a piece of inch plant and it's growing like crazy under that begonia. This lantana is a pink lantana. One time it nearly dried up, but I watered it and it's doing as good as new. It's got a lot of buds, and I have some more of that purple variegated vine here in the pot with that one lantana. And my jasmine is growing and it's blooming. It's blooming insanely. I love jasmine, and I put it in a container because last year not last year, a couple of years ago I bought one. I put it in the ground and it grew so well all summer, and in the winter it froze and it didn't come back. So I was sad, and now she is treated as a house plant during the winter. I moved her inside. She doesn't like being inside very much, but it beats dying. And then when I bring her out in the spring, she's so happy again and blooms like crazy. And I have a pink angel wing down there and another polka dot. I want to try to sell a few things. I should add them to a Facebook Market seller. Okay, and now here's Sinbad. He's doing beautiful. I thought he was gone for good, but there he is, thriving. Like I did not expect. And there's the pink one. She's back again. And there's a piece of sedum in her pot with her. Wasn't sure if she was going to grow back or not. But here she is, growing back. And there's my oregano, doing well. The oregano has been in the ground since last year. Oregano can be hardy, very hardy if it's happy where it is. And I should mention these stepping stones. I really adore them. I got the whole stack off Facebook Marketplace for $2. A lady was moving and she wanted to get rid of the stack. So $2, she said I can have it. Here I have another peace lily. This one has never bloomed, but still growing. And there's, I don't know what that one's called, but it got a new leaf this year. That one down there. And these are all different, and I need to go in the house now. That one my mom gave me, that spider plant back there, I started babies from. And those are cuttings from that one plant, I forgot its name. But I think bugs have been eating the leaves. I need to put some diatomaceous earth or something down there.